Namah Shwabhya Shwapatibhyascha. This is an ancient mantra from the Shukla Yajurveda, which says salutations to dogs and the masters of all dogs. Dogs have been helpers and companions of humans since thousands of years. Dogs have been an essential part of the Indian culture as well. Dattatreya, the first teacher, had 4 dogs as his companions, symbolizing the 4 Vedas. Recently, as the nation mourns the demise of Mr. Ratan Tata, the industrialist and philanthropist, attention is drawn to his care and compassion for stray dogs. And one of the ways in which we cultivate compassion in students at Sharada Prabha is by introducing them to dogs. Dogs symbolize loyalty and companionship. In recent times, as we face loneliness and mistrust, dogs can offer much needed lessons to humanity. In the Mahabharata, there is a story of a dog accompanying Yudhishthira all the way up till heaven, symbolizing unwavering loyalty and faithfulness. In recent times, the rise in population of stray dogs and street abuse of stray dogs calls for immediate attention and action. If we envision responsible citizens for our country, it is our duty to impart pet education to our children. It is important to explain to them the importance of dogs in our culture and cultivate and foster care, empathy and compassion for dogs and all wildlife.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
How are you all doing today?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. All right. Do you know who he is?
Gopal.
Gopal. He is Gopal. I'm sure at some point you all have met him. All right. So Gopal is our Gopal is our lovely, cheerful resident boxer. Okay. And he is 7 years old. And we have 2 more. But we will start. So I will start introducing you to our resident pets. But I'm going to begin with Gopal. So throughout this discussion, I will try to introduce you to the world of dogs, and we will do that by answering 5 questions. Okay, I have prepared 5 questions for you, and I will ask you first to answer them, and then after that I will put light on those questions. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
So the first question that comes to our mind is, and especially to all those people who've never had a pet and who never had a dog as a pet, is why do we have dogs as pets? Okay, so that's the first question. So would anybody like to contribute on that? Pavitra?
Dogs protect us.
So good, that's a good point. So the first and a very common reason why people get dogs as their pets is to safeguard their home, to protect their home, themselves and their families. Let me ask you another question. Why is dog naturally inclined to protect its owner? Why does a dog do that? Why does it protect the owner naturally? Can anybody answer that? Why do you think Gopal will protect me? What is it that Gopal has that he will protect me automatically? Like right now you see he's vigilant. He's trying to protect me. And he's trying to protect me from? What is he trying to catch?
Bees.
Bees. He's trying to protect me from the bees. And he's constantly at a watch. He's trying to grab the bees through his mouth. But why is that? Why is Gopal so interested in protecting me? Can anybody guess or try to answer this? I'll tell you why. Because dogs are naturally very affectionate. Dogs love to shower love, immense love on their owners, and they are naturally good at it. So this is one of the biggest reason why people they like to buy dogs as their pet because they feel so loved, they feel so accepted, and that it's an amazing, they feel great about it. Okay, other than these 2 points, there are many other points why people buy dogs. A lot of the people, they buy dogs to correct their biological clock. So what happens is that dogs, they have a very good natural biological clock. They wake up early, okay, and they release their bowels at a very specific time. So Gopal, Chandni and Bahadur, they always wake up at around 5 a.m. in the morning, and they go for a walk, and in the evening at around the same time. So what it does is it helps us, the owners, to also wake up early. So by taking care of them, our biological clocks also get retuned, it gets refined. A lot of people buy dogs for mental health. Dogs are scientifically proven to help. See how he's protecting? Gopal, relax. Relax. See how is he protecting me? So he's not protecting himself, he's protecting me. So coming back to the point, dogs are also very good if anybody is looking for a companionship. They also help a lot with the emotional aspects also, which is scientifically proven. Okay. Now going to the second point. Let's say you all have decided to buy a dog, or if not, maybe let's say you are sitting at a park, and let's assume that you don't know me, and I've came and I've sat on a park and I've bought my dog Gopal with me, and you really want to pet him. You really want to introduce yourself to this dog because the dog, you know, dogs are cuddly. You want to introduce yourself to them, you want to pet them, you want to play with them. But to be able to do all these things, what should be a point that we should consider before approaching a dog? What should be that point? Before we approach a strange dog, what should be the one thing that we should first think about and then approach the dog? Yes, Pavitra?
Understands dog's mood.
Very good. So the point that we should consider before approaching any dog is, what is the state of the mind of that dog? Okay, what is its mood? So I'm going to teach you, or I'm going to discuss with you 3 ways through which you can get a little bit of idea on how to gauge mood of a dog before you approach them and introduce yourself. Okay, 3 ways I'll discuss with you. Are you ready to know the 3 ways by which you can tell if I should introduce myself to a dog or not? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes? So the first is, so a dog, when a dog meets a stranger, it will show 3 characteristics. Okay? Either it will flight. Do you know the meaning of flight? Flight. Yeah, so the meaning of flight is, if a dog doesn't want to interact with you, it will simply move away from you. What the dog will do? It will move away from you. So let's say if I don't know Gopal, I'm going to just tie him up because he'll probably start chasing the bees. Gopala, sit Baba. So let's say if I don't know Gopal, okay, I don't know Gopal and I'm standing at a distance and I really want to go up to Gopal and I really want to meet him, pat him, but I want to also know if Gopal is interested in interacting with me or not. So I will just approach Gopal. So if Gopal is uninterested, Gopal knows me. So if Gopal is uninterested, he'll walk away. What will he do? He'll walk away. So Gopal will just look at me and he'll walk away. He'll try to flee from this situation. Okay? Clear? So that's a very good barometer. And if a dog does that, so don't approach the dog. He is not interested in meeting you. Okay? Don't impose your will, but you understand that dog is not interested. Does it happen to us also? A lot of the times we don't want to meet anybody, but we are compelled to do so. ऐसा होता है? Does it happen to you when somebody will call you and like meet the person, but you're not interested? You're like, I don't want to meet, but still we have to do. How do you feel? Good or not good?
Not good.
Not good. Similarly is with them. So if they don't want to meet, don't approach. Second is fight. They will simply show you their teeth, or they'll growl at you, or they'll show you very prominent physical signs that I don't want to meet you. They'll be like, what will they do? They growl. The moment you'll approach them, they'll be like, so the moment you hear a growl, what do you want to do? You don't approach the dog, because the dog is not interested in meeting you. Okay? Or they will possibly bark at you. What will they do?
Bark.
They'll simply bark at you. Verbally, they'll let you know, please don't come near me. Can you give me an example of such a dog in the ashram? Who does fighting? Yes. Who is it, Kripali?
Bahadur.
Bahadur. So Bahadur is a young dog, and he is very protective of his territory, which dogs are naturally. So he's very verbal. So if he doesn't want to meet you, he will just let you know, he'll bark at you. So you don't have to go and approach him. So the first point is flight. The second point is fight. The third is freeze. So if a dog is anxious in nature, it will freeze. What do you mean by freeze? When we say, have you played that game? Freeze. Yes. What is the meaning of freeze? Anybody else? Pavitra has been the only one answering. Sandhya, Ali, come on. Ali, what do you mean by freeze? Statue. So if a dog is scared of your presence, or if a dog is scared when somebody is approaching, it will just freeze. Okay? You can also look, like Gopal has very short hair, but there are dogs who have quite a thick coat. You will also see their hairs getting frozen. So they freeze. They'll be like, they will sit in one, like they'll just stand, they won't move. Okay? So even in that, when you realize this dog is freezing, don't approach the dog, because the dog is scared of you. Okay? The dog is scared of you. Alright? So today you got a little bit of a gist and when and how to gauge mood of a dog by three things. Either you'll see that a dog will fight, or it'll flight, or it'll freeze. Okay? In all these cases, don't approach the dog. Okay? And the fourth case is, the dog is very social, he's socially trained, he's ready to welcome you, so he will automatically come to you. This takes us to the next step. Okay, let's say I'm walking and I saw that Gopal is neither freezing, he's not barking at me or growling at me, and he's not running away from me. So that's a check. So Gopal is interested in meeting me. Gopal is interested in meeting me. So the second question is, and the second step is, how should we introduce ourselves to a dog? How should we introduce ourselves to a dog? This is a very important question. This is a very important step which most of us, we don't. Okay? So, to answer this, let me invite one of you and to make you understand, I will do a little bit of a foreplay. Let me invite one of you. Ali, can you come forward? Come this side if you feel. So this is Harley, okay? So this is Harley. Harley and I, we don't know each other, okay? Harley and I, we don't know each other. Gopal. See, he's still protecting. Gopal, babap, babap, Gopal. Gopal, relax. Relax. Down. Down. Okay. Aja, babap. Gopal. Come up. It's okay. So Harley and I, we don't know each other. Harley, how would you greet me if you meeting me for the first time? How would you greet me? Let's say I am your peer. Let's say I'm not Nayan sir. I am someone who is of your age. How would you meet me? We shake hands, okay? How do we meet? We shake hands. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, I am too. Now imagine, instead of shaking hands, I meet Harley by doing this. Oh! So Harley, if I do this, if I'm introducing myself for the first time, and if I meet you like this, how would you feel? How would you feel? Bad. You'll feel awkward. You'll be like, what is this? What is this? This is not the right way to meet me. You can go and sit. Similarly, for a dog, when we don't know a dog, and we just go and start patting him on the head, and start squeezing his cheeks, the dog feels the same way. The dog questions, oh my god, I don't know this human. Why is he behaving like that with me? Okay, so they have a similar response. So the correct way to introduce yourself to a dog is, remember these 3 points: no eye contact, no touch, no talk. No eye contact, no touch, no talk. Repeat after me: no eye contact,
No eye contact,
no touch,
no touch,
and no talk.
and no talk.
Does this ring a bell in your head? Do you want to ask a question? Because think about it. Sir just said no eye contact, no touch, no talk, but we have to introduce ourselves to a dog. How? Can anybody answer? Yes. What is the question that comes in your mind, Sandhya?
We have to smell our hands.
No, this is. I'm not looking for an answer. But when I say no touch, no eye contact, no talk, you should ask a question. What question should that be? Falak, Sonali. What should be the question that you should ask? Did you understand the meaning of no touch, no eye contact, no talk? Simple. Meaning is simple. Yes, Sonali?
Why cannot we touch?
Ah, very good. Why cannot we do that? Or if we are unable to touch a dog or make an eye contact or talk, how will we introduce ourselves to a dog? Okay, how will we introduce ourselves to the dog? So the correct way to introduce yourself to a dog is let the dog approach you. Let the dog approach you. You don't have to approach the dog, but let the dog approach you, and the dog, if it's interested, the dog will come up to you and the dog will smell you, or it will just approach you. The dog will come up to you and it will start smelling you. Did that happen with Gopal this morning when you guys were lined up? What did he do? He came up to you, he didn't say anything, he didn't bark, but he start sniffing you. Okay, what did he do? He start sniffing you. Once you see that the dog is interested in meeting me, what do? You give your hand to a dog. What do? You give your hand to a
Dog.
and then the dog will sniff your hand. That means that the dog is interested in meeting you. And then once you go back, Papa, get up, go back, sit. Good boy. Once he sniffed you, okay, let's say Gopal is interested. Right now Gopal is ready to leave because it's hot. But let's say Gopal is interested. Like, let's see, he's hot. Anyways, so once you have given your hand and the dog has sniffed you, you can pat him. What you can do? You can,
And
but the right place to pat a dog is not on his head, not on his neck, but around his rear. Where is it? Around his rear area. Preferably above its tail. This is a sweet spot for all the dogs. So start petting a dog, not on the head, but around his legs. Okay?
okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. Everybody is clear?
Yes.
Good. So that's a very good question. So Sonali is asking, why cannot we do eye contact with a dog for the first time we are meeting a dog, or if we are trying to find out the mood of the dog? Very good question, Sonali. So why we don't do that is because if a dog is aggressive in nature, okay, every dog has a personality. Some dogs are cheerful, some dogs are very social, some dogs are aggressive. So if a dog is aggressive, you know the meaning of aggressive?
Yes.
So Bahadur is an aggressive dog. Meaning of aggressive is that a dog gets angry very quickly. The dog gets excited very quickly. So if a dog is aggressive, he will treat you looking into his eyes. The dog will think, if you're going to look directly into his eyes, the dog will think that you are trying to challenge him. What will the dog think? You are trying to?
Challenge.
And what will the dog do then? Or the dog will try to size you up, or the dog will try to behave aggressively, more aggressively towards you. Okay? If that is the case. If that is the case. Okay? Good question. Now the next question is, it's an introduction. A question that everybody asks is, how do you train a dog? Okay? This is a question that everyone asks. So the answer to it is that there is no one method to train a dog, but the main sensory organ of a dog is its nose. The main sensory organ of a dog is his nose. Do you know, you've seen, right? Dogs smell. They smell a lot because their nose is very evolved. They perceive the world. They perceive the world through their noses. How do you perceive the world? What is your prominent sense of organ? Which is, see, we have senses of organ. You know which is your most important sense organ?
Nose.
Your, not Gopal's. Yours is nose. Do you walk around sniffing things? No. What? Eyes. A human being is most reliant on two, eyes and ears. Ears and eyes and ears. But a dog is most reliant on the nose. So we train a dog by training its nose. Okay? Now look, I have a treat. Watch this. I have a treat. Now you can see Gopal is distracted, right? Gopal is distracted. Gopal is distracted. Now look, I will get his attention by making him sniff his treat. Watch. See? Watch. Look. See? He's distracted now. See? See? Now I'm going to give him commands and he will obey. Gopal, I'm going to drop the leash. Gopal, down. See? He's because you involve their nose in training. Gopal, come here. Gopal. Gopal. Gopala. Gopal. You want to feed him treats? Chal, Gopal. He's interested in. Gopal. Sit. And then you use their nose to train them. With that, you use a combination of lot of exercise. You use a combination of a lot of exercise, which requires a lot of involvement from the owner as well. And dogs are creatures of habit. So whatever you want to train a dog, you have to keep practicing it regularly. You know how you guys practice how to study? You have to do the same thing with a dog. Keep practicing. Keep practicing every day and you can teach a dog anything. Okay? So before we end this interactive session with a few last questions that we want to discuss, first let me introduce you to Sweta ma'am. Please greet Sweta ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
And you guys must also be noticing that there's one personality is missing. Who's that personality who's missing? Gopal. So Gopal exited. Why did Gopal go? Why did he leave? Yes, anybody?
Gopal went because he was tired and hot.
Yeah, so we had to release Gopal. Gopal wanted to take his nap. He was feeling tired. He was hot. So I went and I put Gopal back into his hut, in his pen. So this is also one point as an owner. You have to be very vigilant and very aware of the condition of your pet. If your pet is in distress, if your pet is feeling uncomfortable, then you have to make sure that your pet feels comfortable. Okay? So now, the second last point is what we can expect from a dog and what we can learn from a dog. Okay? There are many qualities that a dog exhibit. Qualities like loyalty. Dogs are very loyal. They are very affectionate. They are very good protectors. So all these qualities, affection, protection, they come from loyalty. Okay? Dogs. The second point is that dogs are very simple. Dogs are simple creatures. And this quality stems from their honesty. So dogs are very honest. And because they are honest, they are very simple. They are not complex creatures. Whatever they are feeling, they will let you know. Okay? They don't have any gray. They are either white or they are dark. They are very, very honest. Third is intelligence. Dogs are very intelligent. You can train them to do anything. You can train them to do anything. And you have you seen dogs at the airport, in train station, you know? So dog assists in security. Dogs are trained to find bombs. So they are of a lot of help because of their intelligence. Okay? Third is trainability. Because of their intelligence, you can train them for anything. They are very good, they are very responsive if you train them regularly. So they are very highly trainable. Dogs as creatures, and this is why they are so helpful to us humans. Okay? And the last is they are very proactive. They are very cheerful all the time. You as the owner, whenever you have a pet and you say, come on, let's go out, the dog will respond with so much energy, with so much affection. They are like just ready to move. So they are very proactive. Okay? Now this end bit, last question is definitely for our kids, but also for our viewers and our society. As we all know that in our country, there is a big problem related to stray dogs. The reason why we have Sweta ma'am here today is that Sweta ma'am for a long period of time individually has been catering to many stray dogs. She has fostered more than 15 stray dogs. Still she looks after 11 of them. She feeds them. She protects them from what all they go through in our society. She always gives them whenever they require any medical help. And also as a long-term solution, she by herself with her own money, she has neutered most of them. The question that is I want to ask her is, what is the long-term solution to the problem, to the social stigmas, to the hatred that we see, to the insensitivity that we experience in our society toward the stray dogs? Shweta ma'am, first of all, welcome
Thank you so much.
in this interactive session that we are having with the children. So I'm going to quickly ask you a couple of questions. First is, how did your journey begin? How did you found your connection with dogs, and especially with stray dogs, not dogs that we buy, not exotic breeds that we buy and keep it in a home, but the strays? How did you find that connection? When did it start?
My mama ji, he had a dog. He came from somewhere and they adopted him. So I used to play with that guy like whenever I used to visit my village. So that those memories are there.
Okay.
But when he died, that was the real heartbreak for me, because he was the first dog I ever pampered and had. Though he was not mine, still he was mine.
But your first connection?
My very first connection.
Okay.
And from very beginning, I always wanted a dog.
Okay.
But I couldn't. Anyway, so after getting my own dog, she was the real charm that added to everything.
Okay.
When I connected with her, I started connecting with the strays, because that dog, I did not know that what is the difference between a stray and a own dog. So then I started connecting the dots that okay, this is this and this is that. So when I got her over here, and then after pampering her and understanding her, and then I saw the difference that people used to make between the strays and the own dogs. Then I started taking care of them, like feeding them and taking care of like my own dog. Like when I got my female, I also got a male for her to give her a company, because she was very alone when I used to go for my job. So he unfortunately got disease called gastrovirus. So I lost him after I got him all the treatment that he needed, and still I lost him. So then when I came back, I saw the same disease happening to my puppies in my society. So
You mean the strays?
Yeah, strays. Sorry, puppies, the stray puppies in my society. So what I did is I found out where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to take care. And then one of my friend told me about this Panira party. At that time, Dr. Kahar was there.
Okay.
So I used to take them over there. I knew the chances are very low. Very low. Still I used to take them. I know next day what was the result going to be. But still I used to take that one day chance that maybe some miracle might happen.
Yeah.
So from there my journey actually started for taking care of the dogs. Then the puppies, they started, getting
More affectionate.
more affectionate and everything with me. And quantity started increasing, then the people's behavior also started changing. Then this thing started like hitting them, not feeding them, feeding but still hitting them. Then everything that started, and I used to observe everything. In the very beginning, I was like, okay, let it go. But then at one point, when they really started the menace of this thing, then I started shouting that no, this is not going to help.
So, Sweta ma'am is also part of Sharada Prabha, and she teaches kindergarten and primary classes, and she's part of our team. So, quickly, we will sum it up because I'm sure we're going to have many more sessions with the kids in future. So, this is just like the beginning. We'll have a series, but if you want to put across a point, especially for people watching, what points would you like for us as responsible individuals? Where should we, how can we help with the stray situation?
For the very beginning, we can do one thing is get them neutered.
So you think that
that is the
neutering is a
best
very
solution.
important.
Yes,
Yeah, neutering
that's
is
the
a very
best
important.
solution.
Okay.
And other thing is, for example, if there is a society where there are 10 houses and 5 dogs, every house can just start feeding 2 dogs or 1 dog, 2 houses, 1 dog. Give anything.
So,
Even leftovers are also good for them. Bread is also at the end of the day very good for them, except for milk, obviously.
So we should behave more humanely. Even
And
if we cannot take them in, we should at least feed them.
Yes, and when the weather is not cooperating, like for the heat, monsoons and winters, we can do like allow them, if you're not taking them inside your house,
Probably
at
give them a
least,
space outside or something.
And before starting your vehicles, you can
Just look under the
vehicle
car, whether
because,
they are,
because in the summer seasons, most probably they are resting under the cars.
Because under the shade. And adoption is
Adoption, yes. I would say that instead of going for breeds, the best thing is giving home to our indies, because
exactly.
they are as much affectionate towards us as any breed.
Exactly.
And some breeds, honestly, I'll say some breeds are not made for
This
household.
weather, and
this
plus
weather, Indian weathers,
yeah.
and for a household, especially with small kids. Because what people do is, there's a small kid, let me get a puppy for it. Puppies grow on a very
quick pace.
quick pace than our human babies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
so maybe getting like a strong breed like a guard dog is not
helpful.
It's not helpful.
And our indies are best because they can adopt the weather, the house, the circumstances, everything, even the food.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry that what I'm going to feed today.
Yeah, they are good at that.
They are good at that, and they are the best. If you ask me, indies are the best breeds as an Indian we can have in our houses, and they are cute, they are loyal, they're as
Very
with the
loyal.
qualities you will get in the breed dogs, same qualities you will get in our indie dogs.
So by indie dog, Sweta ma'am means indigenous Indian dogs who are born and brought up here. We not imported them from outside of the country. And the last point would be education, you think?
Yeah, and the people who already owns the dogs, like their treatment, I would like to add that one point.
Okay. So while I've seen people who have exotic breeds, when they walk their dogs, they treat other stray dogs as if
they are something.
Yeah, they look down upon them, and so that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. So in that case, I suppose that I'll say that you can keep some treats with you, biscuits or anything, and just if they approach you, because they are curious, they are going to approach. It's in their nature, being curious.
Yes.
So they are going to approach you when you go for a walk. So what you can do is throw some biscuits to them, make them friendly. I have done that.
You've made because your own Visku is a German Shepherd.
German Shepherd, and I believe breeds are not important for me, but knowing the breed is important for me.
Just to know the anatomy of
So I have made her friendly with each and every dog of my society, because she tends to run she used to, not now, but she used to run out of the gate.
Okay.
And I used to find her here, there, and so because I made my strays friendly with her, I don't have to worry that she will be bitten by someone. she will get bit by someone.
I think it's very important.
Yeah, it's very important that if you own a dog, make them friendly a little bit with your surrounding
dogs.
neighboring dogs also, so that they don't bite her and she does not bite them.
And the last point, maybe I'll conclude, is with education. Education is very important, and in here in Sharada Prabha, through whatever means that we can pick up, we try to educate our kids, and we also try to educate the society on such various topics which need attention. Pet care, and especially, and it's just not limited to dogs, stray dogs, but stray cows, stray cats. It's overall for all the animals. And I think as the idea for inviting Sweta ma'am was because she's a living example of an individual citizen who by herself is contributing so much by taking care of these strays. Would you like to go and see Sweta ma'am's wonderful dogs at some point? Yes or no? Yes. So we'll end this session here, and hopefully we will keep going ahead with a lot of other things that we can do in the future. Thank you so much. Namaste. All right.